Solana value equivalent to $144.55 a coin. The present exchanged cost range $136.94 $145.86. The earlier day close $139.97. The change was plus 4.58 plus 3.27%. Backwards rate US to Sol. Dollar to Solana conjecture for September 2024. At the outset cost at 1.042 coins. Excessive cost 1.042, while lows in 0.840. The arrived at the midpoint of costs at 0.956. The US to Sol conjecture toward the month's end 0.901. Change for September 13.5%. US to Sol expectation for October 2024. Initially cost at 0.901 coins. Excessive cost 1.163, while lows in 0.901. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 1.010. The US to Sol figure toward the month's end 1.075. Change for October 19th, 3%. Dollar to Solana figure for November 2024. Initially cost at 1.075 coins. Excessive cost 1.075, while lows in 0.862. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.985. The US to Sol figure toward the month's end 0.926. Change for November 13.9%. US to Sol expectation for December 2024. Before all else cost at 0.926 coins. Excessive cost is 0.926, while lows in 0.746. The arrived at the midpoint of costs of 0.850. The US to Sol figure toward the month's ends at 0.87, change for December 13.6%. Dollar to Solana figure for January 2025. To start with cost at 0.8,000 coins. Exorbitant cost 0.855, while lows in 0.741. They found the middle value of cost 0.798. The US to Sol gauge toward the month's ends at 0.794. Change for January 0.8%. US to Sol expectation for February 2025. To start with cost at 0.794 coins. Exorbitant cost 0.794, while lows in 0.641. They found the middle value of cost 0.729. The US to Sol gauge toward the month's end 0.685. Change for February 13.7%. Dollar to Solana conjecture for Walk 2025. At the outset cost at 0.685 coins. Excessive cost 0.685, while lows in 0.552. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.629. The US to Sol conjecture toward the month's end 0.592. Change for spring 13.6%. US to Sol expectation for April 2025. First and foremost cost at 0.592 coins. Exorbitant cost 0.592, while lows in 0.476. They found the middle value of costs at 0.543. The US to Sol estimate toward the month's end 0.510. Change for April 13.9%. Dollar to Solana estimate for May 2025. At the outset cost at 0.510 coins. Excessive costs at 0.510, while lows in 0.441. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.483. The US to Sol conjecture toward the month's end 0.472. Change for May 7.5%. US to Sol expectation for June 2025. To start with cost at 0.472 coins. Exorbitant cost 0.488, while lows in 0.426. They found the middle value of cost 0.460. The US to Sol estimate toward the month's end 0.455. Change for June 3.6%. Dollar to Solana estimate for July 2025. To start with cost at 0.455 coins. Excessive cost 0.455, while lows in 0.366. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.417. The US to Sol conjecture toward the month's end 0.392. Change for July 13.8%. US to Sol expectation for August 2025. At the outset cost at 0.392 coins. Excessive cost 0.412, while lows in 0.358. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.386. The US to Sol conjecture toward the month's end 0.383. Change for August 2.3%. Dollar to Solana figure for September 2025. Initially costed 0.383 coins. Excessive cost 0.405, while lows and 0.351. They arrived at the midpoint of costs of 0.379. The US to Sol figure toward the month's end 0.376, change for September 1.8%. US to Sol expectation for October 2025. Initially costed 0.376 coins. Excessive cost 0.377, while lows and 0.328. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.358. The US to Sol figure toward the month's end 0.351. Change for October 6.6%. Dollar to Solana figure for November 2025. Before all else costed 0.351 coins. Excessive cost 0.388, while lows are 0.338. They arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.360. The US to Sol figure toward the month's end 0.361. Change for November 2nd. 8%. As to Sol expectation for December 2025. To start with cost at 0.361 coins. Exorbitant cost 0.424, while lows and 0.361. They found the middle value of costs at 0.385. The US to Sol gauge toward the month's end 0.394, change for December 9th. 1%. Dollar to Solana gauge for January 2026. To start with cost at 0.394 coins. Excessive cost 0.394, while lows and 0.316. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.361. The US to Sol conjecture toward the month's end 0.339, change for January 14%. US to Sol expectation for February 2026. At the outset cost at 0.339 coins. Excessive cost 0.433, while lows and 0.339. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.379. The US to Sol conjecture toward the month's end 0.403, change for February 18th. 9%. Dollar to Solana conjecture for Walk 2026. First and foremost cost at 0.403 coins. Exorbitant cost 0.518, while lows and 0.403. They found the middle value of cost 0.451. The US to Sol estimate toward the month's end 0.481, change for spring 19.4%. US to Sol expectation for April 2026. To start with cost at 0.481 coins. Exorbitant cost 0.526, while lows and 0.459. They found the middle value of cost as 0.489. The US to Sol estimate toward the month's end 0.490, change for April 1st. 9%. Dollar to Solana conjecture for May 2026. To start with cost at 0.490 coins. Exorbitant costs at 0.50, while lows and 0.435. They found the middle value of cost at 0.473. The US to Sol gauge toward the month's end